Hello everyone. Welcome. So this is my second attempt for a video because, well, I uploaded it, but it's very bad quality and I don't really like the pace of it because, well, it's 35 minutes. So I'll try to keep it somewhat shorter. So the last time I put up a video, it was February the 11th. That's 7 months ago. So um, some days ago I gave a little spoiler. This was it. Um, you'll see more about this in some minutes. Um, let's jump in the game. I've got two instances of it open. Let's turn the music up a little bit. This one. So this is music that I made myself in Ableton Live. Um, yeah. Let's go to the multiplayer. You can now start a server from this menu, and hopefully it works. Join the server. Yes, it works in one time, one try. Join it here. Can create a new lobby. Let's call it YouTube. Create it, join it. Notice that the player count gets updated automatically. And so here we are. This is a new screen. You can chat here, you can switch faction here, you can ready up. The chat is very fancy. You can get your own color, text. Your player name gets your own chosen color. This here too. You can also use rich text. Let's type color is red. In the previous video I used love because, of course, love is red. Color. Yes, I can type today. And I like this. I don't know if it can be abused. I made sure that you can't make any errors. So color is yellow. Test. You need to close your color tag properly. If I then do color. Still can't do it with an R. Well, there it goes, and you can't really make any mistakes. The player color only shows up here for your own player. I might want to change it so that everyone has his own color here, but I don't know. You can change your color in the options menu. I can choose a map here. It's very basic. This isn't really a map, but this is. So let's go there. It's still the same map as in the previous video, but since then I have updated to Unity 5, and it now looks a lot more fancy. And let's wait here for the server to... Yes. So you might be able to see already that there's lots and lots more foliage. I learned from The Simpsons, it's not foliage, it's foliage. Foliage, yes. Let's jump in at the other backside. And here we are. It is actually multiplayer. The gun isn't rendered. I haven't really spent time to the animations and such, so the animations are pretty bad, especially if I try to run. It's like you... yeah. For the hands I use or what's it called? Inverse kinematics. I don't know if I like that. I don't think so. In first person it's very jittery if you use it. So yeah. Furthermore, I have a you can see the hits and where they're coming from on the right, back, to the left. Well, now see he is dead. Yeah, there are a lot more image effects. Shadow is nicer. Just Unity 5 is amazing. Also, what helped quite a lot was a little bit of tone mapping. All the bright spots are a little bit more orange, and the dark spots are a little bit more bluish. I think that that's a nice aesthetic that I want to go for. Of course, the minimap isn't updated. I really need to do that. And yeah, there are still some multiplayer sync, sync bugs. Like if I shoot these barrels, they will explode, but only for one player. For the other player, it will explode but still stay around. I should really look at it, but there's something else I've been working on a lot, which I'm going to show you later in this video. But there's also something else. With the port to Unity 5, I needed to remodel everything because old Blender files don't work with the new version of Unity. So I modeled this. This is a whatever, a forum, a plaza with market stands and exploding barrels, and yeah. Also, these bunkers have been updated. There's now a nice light with, well, maybe too much bloom. I don't know. There are really nice textures now too, like fully bump mapped, height mapped. I made a post about that in the on the Brackies forum. I used a program called Awesome Bump. So that's yeah. I see my frames on the video are dropping again. So let's make this frame rate a little bit less. Have I closed this one? Yes. Okay. That helps a lot. Okay. So we've got this bunker and we've got this bunker. This one is textured differently, a bit more rough. They look the same, but they aren't the same. Because if I walk here, you notice that I don't walk on the ground anymore. If I shoot here, the point just floats in the air. That's because the colliders are a bit messed up. So what I'll do is I will take these barrels, which now have sound if they collide with things. If I take them this way, and throw these barrels inside the bunker, then I will show you something awesome, but quite work in progress, like very early stages. You might be able to guess, if you've seen the previous bad video, well, you already know what's gonna happen. And this time I'll just use 2 barrels because 3 just takes so long. Okay, let's shoot them so they explode. Wait a minute. And bam! And bam! Rubble explodes. Destruction is happening. Like this entire wall is just blown to pieces. And yeah, I think that if I can do this really well, yeah, I can't walk here. If I can do this really well, then that destruction will be amazing. Right now, if I shoot a part of the bunker 3 times, well, I already shot that one once, then it will break off. Whoop, like that. And well, of course, you shouldn't be able to shoot it, but for now, this works. And yeah, if you really, you know what? Let's get this last barrel. Let's drag it over. Wait, why am I playing this like this? I can just. So, oh, this is not good. This is something that happened with Unity 5.2, and I don't know why. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's close that. But you've seen the destruction. Maybe it's good, so I won't drag along everything. Well, let's go to the editor. This might spoil something, so I am going to go to the splash screen. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. Loading it up. Okay. If we play the game in the editor, then yes, okay. So I updated the menu, so there's a different font. The things where you can click are a little bit better defined. Campaign still does nothing, skirmish still does nothing, the 3 dots still does nothing, but something that does work now is the online world, which isn't really online yet, but it's a world, so half of it is true. Let's load it up. It takes a while, especially in the editor. I need to make sure that the FPS of the video doesn't get too low, so I'm going to lower the target frame rate to, yeah, fine. So this is a fully rendered 3D Earth. Oh yes. And you might recognize these icons. I've updated them a bit. Like, it's a really pretty world. This here is the Andes, I think they're called. They're just 3D mountains, and that's all the shadows work correctly, and like this resolution, it's of the texture. It could be higher from a visual point, but it can't really be higher from a technical standpoint, point of view, whatever you call it. This texture is 16K by 8K, and that's quite large. And then it's got a normal map that's 16K by 8K, Yeah, pretty large. So my GPU now says that it's using 1.4 gigabytes of memory of video RAM. Uh, yeah, you can't add a lot more to that of my 2 gigabyte. But, well, right now it works. Um, yeah, I think it's really pretty. But one major part of this Earth is if we zoom in on Europe, and remember, it's work in progress. If we zoom in, we can see some regions appear. Ooh. And I can click those regions. We get a screen. Holland Coast. There live, well, 15 million people here. It's got a pretty decent population density. It's controlled by Europe. The reinforcement, that's the amount of troops stationed in a province. Repair state, which essentially means how many buildings are still standing. The desirability, that's the number that indicates how if people want to live there. So let's say that in Normandy there's a huge battle. Well, the desirability will drop like to 0. Nobody wants to live where there's a fight. Well, I wouldn't. So if the simulation would be running, which doesn't exist yet, people from Normandy, which has currently 0 population, would flee to the surrounding provinces with higher desirability. Furthermore, we have profitability, which essentially means for every €1 that you put in, how many euros do you get back? Do you get half of it back? Do you get double of it back? Yeah, and I've got different map modes for it as well. So this is the terrain map mode, and then we've got a population map mode. Currently I've only got the population for Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, Austria and Italy, and here Paris and London. And so purple means it's the most populated area. Here in Germany there live about 23 million people. That's quite a lot. That's about well, it's more than a fifth of entire Germany, which these population numbers are projected so they to be in about 20 years from now. So here Germany has about 100 million people living in it, while it currently has about, what is it, 82? But yeah, the other map modes are population density. So the Ile-de-France region from Paris is a lot smaller than the Ruhr area. So the density is a lot higher. Furthermore, we have the control. So I've got some Arabic countries here, well, Arabic here and African here. They don't belong to either Europe or America. They won't have single provinces and all, because that would be quite a lot of work to do for everywhere. So this is already work enough. Then we have the reinforcement, the repair state. Here you can see where I've made cities, because only cities can be repaired. Desirability and profitability. There is no economic simulation yet, so, well, there is no one can make any money. That's the conclusion. Um, so yeah, but how did I make all these provinces? That's a good question, you ask. Well, as a developer, your job is really to make it yourself as easy as possible. So I've done just that. If I click here on the Earth, I've got here the world map script, and that script I've made a custom inspector GUI for it. So you can see create new region, load world, save world, and if I select a region, you can see current editing mode, select region, currently selected Saxony, well, which it says here too. And from here I can edit all the data. I can edit the cities, I can edit the control, which if I go here, I can just edit it here. The UI here updates automatically, and I like it. I can also edit the border, so if I want to add anything to the border or clear it or whatever, I can just do it. Set the center here, which like this you can actually see the center if I turn gizmos on. Exit the region, I can create a new one. Everything I can do here. And well, you might be asking how... Oh wait, delete this. How do I know where all these provinces should go? Because, well, Moscow... Is this Moscow? Might be. But there's no real way of telling where things are. You can only see small bodies of water. For that I cheat a little bit. Here you can see I have a Earth debug map material. And if I check use debug material, I get a political map. And this map, it's all in Chinese or Japanese or whatever it is. This map I can use to get my bearings straight. I can also, like here, edit the map to put in all the provinces. It's just a texture. As to why it's in Chinese, it was the only political map I could find in a high resolution and the right format. Because if I go to my files, game assets, textures, and Earth, photos, yes. Let's load them up. Okay. This is the format of the world that I used. Don't really remember what it's called, but essentially if you draw 1 centimeter or 10 pixels to the west, if you do that here, it would be the same amount of it would be the same distance in real life. So you can see that Africa is way bigger than America. Like, America is about the same size as the Sahara, or maybe even smaller. But most maps have a different projection, and there America looks a lot bigger, Greenland looks a lot bigger, and Africa looks a lot smaller. So this map is the only one I could find. Well, the center is even the Asian center, so I've got to keep that in mind. But right here I can just draw the provinces here, so I can see them in game. And yeah, And those provinces, well, these are real Spanish provinces, and I combined some of them. So here I call this Madrid, although Madrid is only this red bit here. So, oh wow, I see the recording is already 25 minutes, so let's wrap this up. These are provinces from Sweden. Well, not real provinces. Wikipedia calls them the nuts of Sweden. Yes, search for it. The nuts of Sweden. You heard it. So yeah, and this is great, and I've got some other features to make sure I can be as lazy as I want, because like here the borders aren't perfect. I've got a little tool for that, like if I go to border, clear border, I can generate it using the neighbors in the center, and then you go this, you use this line as your new border. So there's one more thing I want to show you. That's more about the time, because I can speed up the time. You can see that all those shadows are coming in. It's now dark in Europe, like here the Andes. I really hope that's the correct name. The Himalaya, the shadow shifts from west to east, and I really like that. But something else, which YouTube doesn't like if I speed it up even more, then you will be able to see that the snow creeps up into Europe, because it's now January. Slowly the snow will move away. I can speed it up even more if you can see it. Now you should really be able to see it. And yeah, that's I like it. I like it. So I hope to see you soon again, which is really my responsibility, not yours, because I need to make a video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you in the forum, I think.